Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 5, episode 5 of Yoga Fusion. So, this week I thought we would go into, this month in particular, we would go into the concept of resistance. And no, I'm not talking about resistance against the man, although we should resist Xi Jinping because hopefully he won't freaking invade Taiwan, where I live, or resistance against me because I had enough of that with my ex-girlfriend. Sorry, I was about to cry there. Okay, so anyway, resistance. Let me talk a little bit about this, then we'll go straight into it so you can understand the concept. Biomechanically, when people talk about the functionality of muscles, we think the easiest example would be the bicep. So the bicep, it flexes the arm, right? That's what you read in a lot of anatomy textbooks. It flexes the arm. But more importantly, it resists the arm from coming and dropping just suddenly down into extension. When you pick up something, you need to offer resistance and stability to hold that object. Maybe a more concrete example would be, let's say you reach down to grab something. When I reach down and come into flexion, I need resistance starting with my foot and all the muscles in my leg and the psoas muscle deep in here, so then I just won't collapse down. And that's what happens with a lot of people, especially older people, because they don't have the strength, the eccentric strengthening, meaning that when the connective tissue and the muscular tissue is pulled long eccentrically, it needs to have strength in its elongated state. If it does not, you just fall. So that's what I'm going to try to stress it in this next month with each class, talking about how do we, instead of thinking, another example would be lifting weights, doing the bench, the classic bench, want to push up, but actually more importantly would be resisting the weight coming down, okay? So I'm going to emphasize this. So let's get started. And we'll start with the bridge. And more importantly, we're going to try to strengthen the psoas, but also all the other muscles in the body, because every position that we want to do, we want to think holistically. How can I engage the whole body to evenly distribute weight so I can have full support? So let's start with the bridge. I'm going to have my feet hip width apart. We've done the bridge before. I will keep doing the bridge until I die. I know maybe it's boring, but you know what? It's the fundamentals that we need to stress. So I'm going to lie back. I'm going to tuck my chin under just a little bit. I'm going to activate my big toes. I'm going to push my big toes down. And I'm engaging my butt muscles, my quads, my abdominal region. And remember the breathing. So inhale, exhale, squeeze circumferentially. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, squeeze circumferentially. Come on up. Now, stay here for a tick. And while I'm here, while you're here, we're going to put our focus onto our abdominal region, the tube that we are, okay, and that's one part of the tube. Expand circumferentially on the inhale, exhale, squeeze in. Okay, now we're going to exhale, we're going to come on down. Okay, now we're going to do this one again, but we're going to do it dynamically, meaning we're going to resist on the way down. And I'll talk you through this if you don't understand. So we're going to inhale, expand circumferentially, exhale, squeeze in, come on up. Okay, now inhale again, exhale, squeeze in circumferentially, and then resist coming down. You're coming down, but feel how your psoas muscle and your quadriceps resist the movement coming down. You're slowly coming down, fighting against gravity. And then inhale again. When you touch the floor, exhale, squeeze in, come on up. Good. Stay there at the top for a second. Connect the rib cage to the pelvis. And then exhale, squeeze down. Squeeze in and then resist coming down. Fight gravity. Gravity is our friend, but also can be our foe. And here it's our foe. Not Vietnamese foe, although it's mighty delicious. Okay, and then we inhale up. Let's change the breathing. So we inhale up, and then we exhale, come down. Sorry, I did that too suddenly, and maybe you freaked out. So come on down. We're gonna inhale up, and then we're gonna exhale down. So let's inhale up. And then we exhale, squeeze in circumferentially, and we resist coming down. Activate your big toes, push your big toes down. And you may shift a little bit to the left and right. That's your body telling you, oh, maybe I have some unevenness in my hips or my abdominal region. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. Resisting gravity. Offering resistance and strengthening the psoas, which is the major hip flexor of the body. Inhale up. Trying to relax my shoulders and my jaw. Exhale, come down. Was that 2 or 3? I lost count. I was concentrating so much on the breath. Sorry, let's do 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Okay, let's straighten the legs. Let's rest a little bit here. So we just resisted. We offered resistance here to gravity. Now we're going to take away the re, and we're going to just zist. We're going to exist. You like that? It's crafty, isn't it? We're going to exist as a falling being, meaning we're falling into the mat and we're offering no resistance. We're letting gravity help us fall. Especially on that exhale. So think, when you exhale, can I let go of all the bodily tension that we just created? Keep going. Okay, take 1 more breath. Keep resting there. Should say take a couple more. While I roll over, if you want to keep lying down and resting while you're listening to me, please do, or you can sit up and watch. So the next movement, we're going to do a functional movement pattern, and we're going to lengthen dynamically the hamstrings. I took this from Eric Wong, Precision Movement. He's awesome. What a stud. Anyway, so I really like his thinking about how, and there are a few people that I really, really trust and respect their opinion in the United States about movement. Eric Wong is one of them, Gray Cook, the Gray Institute, Thomas Myers. I mean, there are many others, but to name a few. Anyway, hamstrings. How do we stretch the hamstrings? I remember growing up, this is the hamstring stretch. Here we go, or we'll sit and do the hamstring stretch. This is not how we move, folks. We move in all 3 different planes of motion. So why don't we stretch in all 3 different planes of motion? So I'm going to show you from this angle. Okay, first, I'm going to lean forward, and I'm going to try to keep my spine straight. Try not to come into flexion. I don't want you to damage your discs, especially if you have any herniation. You're going to lean forward, kind of like the bird drinking water, okay, that little toy. And you're going to lean forward like this. Now, let's say, excuse me, you get to about this point and you feel, oh yeah, okay, I feel a pull on my hamstrings. That's where you stop. You're going to relax your arms, right? Now, I'm going to show you this from a few different angles. I'm going to widen my feet just a little bit, and I'm going to bend my right knee. My left leg maintains this straightness, okay? Now, my hips, watch, I'm going to shift my hips from my right to my left. I'll show you my bootay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to shift to my left whilst maintaining the right knee, bent right knee, and my left leg is straight. When I get to my end range here, this is my end range, I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to keep my right leg straight whilst keeping my left knee bent, and my hips go to the right end range. And then I just do this. I'm relaxing my arms. I'll show you from the side angle so you can see my spine, maintaining kind of a straightness. Okay, I'll show you from the front. So if I go to the left leg is straight till I get to my end range, right knee is bent. Then go to the right leg is straight. Okay, we'll do this a few times. And so maybe you're feeling, I don't know what you're feeling. You feel what you feel. So I'll tell you what I'm feeling when I close my eyes. I'm feeling the medial and lateral and middle aspect of my hamstrings lengthen. I'm feeling a pull on my buttocks. And this is what I really like about this. It's not such a linear movement. It's an actual functional movement pattern and practical to how we move. Meaning we're getting the medial and lateral aspects, the inner and outer portions of our hamstrings to lengthen dynamically and resisting, because guess what's resisting my upper body dropping all the way down? My hamstrings and my calves and the bottom of my feet and my psoas, all of this. Okay, so then when you're in that particular situation where you lean down and get something, your hamstrings have the strength in that elongated state to prevent you from falling or injuring yourself. Get it? Okay, let's lie on our backs. Let's rest again. And let's feel the impact of the hamstrings being lengthened and strengthened at the same time. Take a few breaths. We're existing in a relaxed state. We're not resisting, we're existing and falling. Take a few breaths there. I notice tension in my shoulders, so I'm letting my shoulders drop and relax. I notice tension in my jaw. I'm letting my jaw drop. It's very easy to create tension, but it's very difficult to let that tension go. When you're able to gain that ability, voila, more energy, better moods, and less injuries. Okay, keep breathing, lying on your back. You can listen to me while I talk about this next position. Or if you want to come sit up, you can. And I would say first, why don't you, if you have a block at home, please grab a block, yoga block, or grab a couple books. Books that are maybe about a half a foot tall, I guess. I can't even, anyway. So a block, mainly because we want this other leg to be able to drag and not touch the floor. Okay, so maybe pause the video right now, get a block or some books, and then come on back. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and we're gonna strengthen the abductors. Let me talk a little bit about what the abductors are. So we have muscles in the sides of our body right here between the head of the femur and the top of your iliac crest. Ab as in abduct, to be able to take the leg away. Now, its function is to resist any kind of collapse to the side. So an easy example to see when the abductors are not functioning is if you see people with cerebral palsy, when they walk, they cannot, neurologically, they cannot have the strength. The muscles here, the abductors, the glute med and glute minimus, do not fire. And so their hips just fall to the side. Now, for us, we want to strengthen these mainly because if we have weak abductors, we have a weak pelvis, which can cause pain in the pelvic floor, the inner thighs, the knees, also the lower back, mid back, all of that. So we're going to stand, we're going to place our left foot on this block, and this left leg is going to be straight. Do not bend the knee. If you bend the knee, then the knee is going to absorb some of these forces, which we don't want. We want to lock that leg, okay? Now, you see how my right leg is just dangling here? I'm going to bring my arms up to the side because I don't want to fall. And you can do the same. My left leg is a little bit weaker than my right. Now, I'm going to engage the muscles of my left glutes, and my leg and my left leg. I'm going to engage my quads. Now, what I'm going to do, watch my hip first. I'm going to lift my right hip up using my adductors, my inner thighs, and my abductors. Okay? And you see how unstable I am right here? It's a little bit difficult because, again, my left foot is a little bit weaker than my right. But I'm using my left big toe to lift my right hip upward. My right iliac crest is higher than the left, and then I come down. So let's bring the arms out to the side. I'm going to let my leg fall, my right leg fall. I'm going to inhale up to the count of 2. Stay at the top for the count of 1 and come down to the count of 3. That's the resistance. That's the eccentric loading, the strengthening of my left abductors, abductors. Inhale up to the count of 2. Stay for 1. Come down to the count of 3. Let's do a few more. Inhale up. Use your big toe. Come up to the count of 2. Stay for 1. Come down to the count of 3. I can feel my abductors on my left firing. I'm tightening my left glutes. And then I inhale up to the count of 2. Stay for 1. Come down to the count of 3. Let's do 2 more. Inhale up. Stay for 1. Come down to the count of 3. Let's do 1 more. Whoa, and I almost busted it. Got to use that big toe. Now, if you fall, you fall. We fall so then we can learn how to get up. Come up to the count of 2, stay for 1, come down to the count of 3, let that leg fall. Come down, relax. You like that wise saying? That wasn't me. It was Batman's father. Yeah, as an American male, even though I haven't lived in America for 30 years, I'm required by American law to quote some kind of stupid movie line, at least one per episode. Okay, we're placing our right foot on the block. My right leg is straight. I'm bringing my arms up to the side. I'm going to tighten my right butt cheek. I'm coming up to the count of 2, staying for 1, and then come down to the count of 3. This is much easier for me. My right leg is a little bit stronger. What about you? Do you feel a difference between your left leg and your right leg? Do you have a problem bringing this up? Maybe there's weakness in your inner thighs. Observe it. Be aware of it. Come on up to the count of 2, stay for 1, come down to the count of 3. I think that's 3 of them. Let's do about 3 more. We're going to inhale up to the count of 2, stay for 1, come down to the count of 3. Inhale up, the count of 2, stay for 1, come down to the count of 3. Let's do 1 more. We're not doing that many. It's your job to do them. Stop the video and practice them more. And then come down to the count of 3. Let's do 1 more. Inhale up to the count of 2, stay for 1, come down to the count of 3. Nice. Now, I didn't bring this up because I was busy yapping about Batman, but in between, can you feel the difference between the left and right leg? Now both legs are activated and I can feel them. I'm going to lie down on my back. We're going to rest here and feel what you notice. Notice what you feel. Again, I'm existing in a state of gravity, letting gravity help me fall into the into the floor. Sorry, I use that line with my clients when they're on a table. I'm working on them. I'm feeling activation in my glute med and glute minimus. I don't know about you. Maybe you're feeling knee pain. Okay, then you know that maybe there's some problems with your adductors and they're pulling on your knees. Remember, the test is the exercise is the test. Okay, let's keep lying there, keep relaxing. I'm going to talk you through the next one. The next one, we're going to do a lunge. Now, I took this from the Gray Institute, and I love their courses. I've been learning with them for about 6 months, and I love their functional movement patterns, and it's taught me so much about movement, especially how to strengthen the psoas in 3 different planes of motion. So lunges, what are lunges? Lunges are coming down onto one leg and putting all the weight on that one leg, okay? But remember, that's offering resistant forces within the body. We're gonna do a backward lunge, mainly because I want you to feel the resistance in the anterior portion of your body, especially the psoas and the quads and the glutes. So let's do this really slowly first. I'm standing like this. I'm gonna bring my left foot back, and I'm going to bend the left knee, okay, and put all my weight on my left leg. Now, how do I know that all my weight's on my left leg? If I can lift my right foot up and support myself with my left leg, I know I'm doing it correctly. You don't have to do this when we do the lunge, lift the foot up. I'm just showing you so then you know all the weight's there. I'm also making sure that my left foot is straight. Do not bring it into external rotation. But if you walk in externally rotated state, and when your foot is straight, if that's wonky and weird, then externally rotate the foot, okay? That's another episode about keeping the feet straight. Anyway, we're gonna bring that left foot back. I'm gonna bring my arms up. Hopefully my arms are in frame. If not, oh well. And then I'm going to feel, let's stop right here and feel this isometrically. When we bring the arms up, what muscles and connective tissue have to turn on to resist you from falling all the way back? Let's do that again. Left foot back, bring the arms up. I feel it in my psoas, my pecs, my quads. Also, my glutes have to fire to resist this from me falling back. So just the left leg. We're just doing the left leg. Okay, now let's switch to the right. I'm turning, you don't have to. I'm just turning so you can see me from this angle. Okay. My right knee is bent. Look, I can lift that left foot up just to know that all my weight's on my right leg. Now let's switch up. Let's do left, and then let's do right. Let's do left, and then let's do right. Now, breathing. Inhaling here, exhaling, coming back, exhaling, squeezing my abdominal region circumferentially, so then I know I'm protecting my back, because your abdominal region and the lower back are one. They are a circle, the circle of life. Whoa, and I almost busted it. Using that big toe. Let's do a few more. I love this movement. I can just feel my psoas strengthening in an eccentric manner. And that's true strength. Okay, let's lie on our backs. Let's rest here. Let's feel this. What do you feel? And when you exhale, can you let the body fall? Now, interesting anatomical little tidbit here, fact. Your psoas is fascially interweaved, interdigitated with your diaphragm. So, what does that mean? It means whenever you come into flexion, or what we were doing was coming into extension and resisting that, your diaphragm is actually being pulled and strengthened. But now can we let the diaphragm go and the psoas go, so then you can bring in more oxygen to your body. And speaking of that, right when I said the diaphragm, I now feel it. Okay, keep lying down. I'm going to talk a little bit while you're still resting. We're going to finish this episode with extension again, a back bend. We've done this before in previous episodes. Awesome. Every time that I work out, I always finish a workout with a back bend and extension. We're stuck in flexion, folks. Get out of flexion. So we're going to do it as a squat. We're going to have the feet flat or bend the knees, sorry, bend the toes, and you can curl under to offer the resistance there. But I'm gonna have my feet flat. I'm gonna engage my abdominal region. I'm gonna squeeze circumferentially. I'm gonna place my hands under my butt here because I have spider monkey arms, but you can place them on your butt. Okay, maybe you see I changed my name to Lisa. So I'm going to engage the front portion of my body, my quads, my abdominal region, my chest, and I'm gonna tuck my chin under a little bit and engage the longus colli, the SCM, the anterior portion of my scalenes. I'm gonna relax my forehead because when I tensed all that, I should say tighten them, offered support, I was tensing my forehead. So I'm differentiating, relaxing my forehead, but offering support in my neck. Then I'm lengthening upward. And I'm not letting my hips collapse forward. Remember, we don't want to compress the lower back. And then I'm lengthening, closing my eyes. And the front of my body is resisting me from falling backwards. And the back of my body is resisting me from falling backwards. But the front of my body is lengthening. And I'm opening my chest up even more, squeezing my shoulder blades towards my spine. Now I'm really going into my breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine upward. Exhale, let my body fall a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale, come on back down. Imagining there's a string attached to the top of my head and I'm lengthening my whole spine upward. Let's do 3 more breaths. One more. Okay, now slowly come back to neutral. If you want to squat down, you can. If this hurts your knees, don't squat down. Just immediately come down and lie on your back. So let's lie on our backs. And we're going to rest. That's the last position, folks. So now we're offering no resistance. And this may be a little bit discombobulating for you. I've had this happen numerous times with clients where I've helped them give themselves permission to let go of control in their body, and they start to become dizzy. The central nervous system, if it's so used to control and then all of a sudden lets go of control, it doesn't know how to react. And so some emotions come up: fear, anger, sadness, because we've been fighting so much against the constraints of our family, expectations, society. And when we can let that go, our body, one, sometimes doesn't know what to do. Two, when it does, it can just completely fall. And some people just fall immediately asleep because it's so freaking relaxing. Why don't you do the same? Let your central nervous system just fall into the floor. And keep resting. I'll see you next week.